to Code Mania. Learn more, express more.
Hello everyone, this video is about how to analyze different behavior of multi-select picklist, like holding value in apex variable using this multi-select picklist in Visualforce page application. So how to use this tag symbol? This is the tag symbol, and the tag utility is multi-select picklist used in Visualforce page, fetching its value and storing in apex variable. So next demonstration will be is about all this which I have described. Here I have designed one application which will explain the behavior, how this multi-select picklist works, and if we store the value in list, we can easily use it in future application. Here I have select one value and select none, and it will be selected none. Now if I select number of values, then first one is the only apex variable which it is storing, and the second one is list. We have stored those value into the list. Now our mission is to find out how do we design this approach, how we implement this multi-select picklist for the apex page. How do we save the selected value from the multi-select picklist into apex variable, so that we can use the apex variable for future reference. So for this I have placed one controller here, where I will be defining the apex variable which will hold the value, which will store the value for the multi-select picklist selected values. Here this is the apex controller. Now I am defining one variable. Here this is the controller, this is the constructor. So constructor is for that we can the apex variable which are being used into this Visualforce page, any value which we define here will be available during the load of this page. So here I am using this select options, and this is the list of select options. So to place any multi-select picklist, you'll just have to define one variable value, one parameter value, one attribute value to true, that is multi-select, for the select list. This is nothing but the select list select option. So this is the select option, and now I am going to add select list and select option tag. So this is how we can place multi-select picklist in the Visualforce page. Here select list and select options. Now I'll have to assign a value for this select list, and size, how many items will be available for the selection, and this multi-select is equal to true, which does make this select list tag multi-select. And the options, the value which will be available, we'll have to define here. So I am defining one list of string which will hold the selected values for this select list. Okay, it just apex tag ending. So as you can see that here multi-select field has been placed into this Visualforce page, but still no value has been added. So I'll have to add some values into the select options here. So as we can see that the values will be available. Okay, this should be here, and this should be here. List of colors and selected option. Selected option should be within this. So here selected options will be within select options, and the list of string which will hold the value, which is the apex variable, will be in the select list. Now I will be defining one apex page which will hold the value, which will show the behavior, how it will be storing value into the apex variable. Here page block section item, and I'm just placing the tag. And providing one ID, one title and one ID for this page block section. Now we can see if we select any values, nothing is populated here until or unless we are refreshing this page block section. So for this we will have to place one action support, apex action support tag, which is very useful tag in Visualforce page designing. So it will action some dummy method based on some event changes, and will re-render a particular section based on the ID. Here I have placed re-rendered this ID section, and this is the creation of this dummy method. So if I select any value, we can see that it is being populated within this list. So this is how we can easily find out, we can easily store any selected value into the list, and we can use this list for future reference or any page designing or anything based on the requirement. So this is the code, this is the Visualforce page code, this is the controller code. Just we have added some value, and we have added the action support and added the list. So this is how we are just placing the value. Now we have another video next where in this video where we have placed multi-select picklist, which is input field type, where we can just store the value we can choose the value and will be available in a string, and this is the list. So this is very useful useful where we'll have to place multi-select pick list input field into the Visualforce page, and we'll have to use it for any application. So I am going to demonstrate this page where we have placed one input field which is multi-select pick list type, and this chosen value will be stored in a list of string. Now as I am going to place one input field here, so I'll have to use this apex form. Now adding this apex form and placing one output label, select letter. Now I am going to add one controller. So using this controller I can easily define one apex variable of type list of string, and can easily store the value which is chosen from this multi-select field into the apex variable. So just defining this constructor, and as I am going to place the apex input field, so I'll have to create one object of this custom object CodeMania __ C. Now I can easily place the input field into the Visualforce page. Now I'm going to place one input field multi-select __ C, which is multi-select pick list type in CodeMania __ C object. Okay, this should be input field. So you can see that this input field which contains a, b, c value, we can choose number of values from available value and we can remove it. So based on this addition and removing, the values will be available. So for this I'll have to use one apex action support. The action support has been very useful for Visualforce page designing and controlling its behavior, like refreshing any section or something like this, re-rendering any section. So using this action support, we'll be calling one method which will get the values from the input field and will store in a particular string. Based on the event on change. So this method has been created. In this method, we will be storing the input field value into a string variable based on the event on change. So if any value is added into the chosen section, this string variable will be populated with all the chosen values, and if anything is removed, then the same. So I'm just assigning the value into this string. So based on event on change, so any value is added or any value is removed, this method will be called, and this string will have the chosen value of that field multi-select __ c. So to understand the behavior, I am just creating one Apex page block. And placing the string variable. Now re-render this ID. So if any value is added or removed on event on change, this section will be re-rendered. Now if I add or if I remove, we can see this string variable have this value but in semicolon separated format. So to convert this string which contains number of selected value into a list of string, what we'll have to do, I'll have to create one string array and this string array will contain the splitted value of the variable selected letters by semicolon. So this is how we can convert one string to array of string. Now I am going to run one for loop which will convert this array of string into list. So for this I'll have to create one variable list of string so that we can add those values from the list of string of array to this list of string. Here this list dot add the value from the array. Now we are to understand the behavior, to understand if this list are being populated with those values or not. We just placing this list into the Visualforce page and we save it and we try to find out what's going on. As we can see that lots of things are going on, so for now we just have to place one break point here to find out, to understand the situation very clearly. Now if I select any value and move into this chosen, we can see that the x which is string and y which is list, this contains, the upper part is semicolon separated and lower part is a string, is a list of string. So you can use this list of string into future variable or any other application where it will be required easily. So it just fetching the value and placing into the string, converting into a list of array of string, and array of string is converted into the list of string. So this is how it has been worked. Now that's all for this video. Now if you like this video, if you really find this video helpful, like this video, subscribe it, ask your friend to subscribe it to help us to grow our community.